Happy Monday to you all. Remember that 90s band? They were awesome. I hope you're all well and your week has started nicely. Right, let's get straight on with the price action analysis. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos on Simon's Trading Channel. Now, as I suggested yesterday, I was going to check in to see what had happened to the MACD numbers with regards to Bybit, so the perpetual exchange for the weekly time frame. And you can see here that the MACD will get ever so closer to the zero line unless Bitcoin, that's right, Bitcoin Simon, closes this week basically back above 61,000. So isn't that interesting? 61,000. I've also left the Bollinger Band on. The midpoint of the Bollinger Band at the moment, 62,000. So Bitcoin needs to close the week above 61,000 for the MACD to stop falling towards the zero line. And it looks like it will close below the zero line about 53,000, which is pretty much the wick low from not last week, but the week before. So that's kind of interesting and something to bear in mind come next Sunday. Right, I'm going to jump now down to the daily time frame. And you can see that today was definitely a red day. It's hovering around the midpoint on the Bollinger Band. And you can see that it's going to continue to fall, or the MACD, the momentum on the daily will continue to fall unless Bitcoin, well, it doesn't have to do too much, to be honest. It's basically 58,000. So just needs to bounce a little bit from where it is at the moment to continue on an upside move towards the zero line, at which point, in my opinion, the momentum then switches back to the upside on the daily time frame. It's got 62,000, as always. It's a key area for a cross above the zero line. However, that will probably change the closer it gets to it, if indeed it does. Now, while I've got your attention on this daily time frame, I think it's useful just to check a little Fibonacci retracement for this move. Now that Bitcoin has pulled back in a significant way from this low to this high, you can see Fibonacci, excuse me, areas of interest, basically pretty much exactly where it wicked down to, which is 57.5. That's a 382, so that would be a minimal retracement. And then you could potentially retrace, or Bitcoin could retrace all the way down back to sort of 55.5 without causing too many problems. That also coincides with this wick low here. And then in between, the 0.5 is 56,500. Any closures below basically 382, though, would take it back into the bottom half of the Bollinger Band. And so if volatility did expand from there, the only way it could do that at the moment would be by closing back below the 786 here. That would be a downside move. The longer Bitcoin can stay within the top half of this Bollinger Band, as you can see, they are narrowing down compared to the expansion over here. Because volatility does expand after a contraction, when it does then expand, it's more likely to be to the upside if Bitcoin remains above the 20 SMA there, the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. So I think this pullback is all well and good at the moment. Doesn't really scare me. I'm not particularly easily scared. It did break my 4-hour support resistance or support level that I put on in yesterday's video. So it'd be interesting to see how price reacts to that in the next, say, couple of days. On that note, let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame. Going to keep the B bands on, and you can see the midpoint to cross back above the Bollinger Band mid is basically 59.5, and there's no volatility expansion yet, but it is hovering around the lower Bollinger Band. And you can see momentum is getting perilously close to that zero line. It will continue falling unless Bitcoin on a 4-hour time frame closes back above 59 and change, so about $1,000 from where it is now. And that would also put it close to the midpoint on the Bollinger Band. it will cross below that, and I think this is probably a reasonable number. 57,000 to cross below the zero line and shift momentum on the 4-hour time frame back to the downside. It's about $1,000 from where it is at the moment. So yeah, not game over for this move, but pause for thought time, I think. This line is, well, it's just a line at the end of the day. I think it's probably still relevant. You can see it did indeed close below and then wicked up, retested, came back down. So I'll be interested to see if Bitcoin does bounce from where it is, if that is. If it does get some more resistance, somewhere between 59 and 59.5. So that remains to be seen. Do I have anything else to add today? I don't think so. I'll keep it pretty short. Mindful of your time. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you've got something useful from it. And if you have, join me tomorrow for Tuesday's video. And we'll see what's happening in the Bitcoin world. Take care. Goodbye.